But that is a harm, that it's a wound that Chile has that we have to face. Because a country that it's not socially compound, that doesn't talk in between each other, has more difficulties to grow. So we firmly believe that the only way to provide a long-lasting and stable claim for investing is by embracing the changes that society demands with a focus on responsibility and within the rule of law. Some of you might know our Minister of, how do you say Hacienda? Finance. Our finance minister. He was before, he's the former central bank president. And some people on the left told me that, why are you putting Mario Marcel as the finance minister? He's a neoliberal. No, he's not a neoliberal. Mario Marcel, or let me put it this way, as I said in Argentina a few months ago, the economic responsibility and the respect of the good of the fiscal responsibility, it's not a right-wing thing. We have to be fiscal responsible. So we are committed in our country to provide clear, transparent, reliable rules for investment, as we have done in a sustained manner over the few decades. And we want to improve on that. That's why today we are actively coordinating our industrial policy so that the programs, incentives, requirements, and oversight provided by the states will harmonize with partners countries like Canada and the need of investors. And in order to achieve this goal, we are improving our already region-leading infrastructure, bringing our public education system up to our global standards. We are far away from where we would like to be in public education. And addressing the social, political, and economic inequalities that permeate our society. All of that, we're doing it with focus on fiscal responsibility, as I said, dialogue, and development of our nation. And we understand also that there's no way that we can achieve these goals alone. Chile, it's a country that depends on other countries. Chile is a country very well related to other countries in the world, and we want to keep on that way. We don't want to close our frontiers. We want to expand our frontiers. So our government, why did we won the election? I think that we won because we built a platform of profound transformations, but with stability, with the promise of stability. Because we know that big changes or changes that last, they do not happen from the night to the morning, from one day to another. And these transformations are aimed at overcoming structural inequalities and developing Chile in a sustainable and inclusive way. This is the only way to continue to build a stable society and economic that fosters investment. I know that one of the overreaching goals of my government is to make high-quality public education, as I said, accessible for all, from early childhood to university, because we know that if we invest in education, in innovation, we will be a better country. And one thing that it's completely clear for me and for us, it's that in order for our people to be able to make the most of opportunities brought by your companies, the companies that you represent, when you invest in Chile, they need to have an educational background and technical capability that is comparable to what you would expect here in Canada and other developed countries, and we are working hard on that. And in order for your companies to build facilities with confidence in our country, you need to know that there will be an ample and growing supply of capable talent in Chile with the region you want to locate. Also, our infrastructure improvement plan combines transportation, energy, and digital infrastructure to improve reliable access to opportunities in all the regions of our country. We are really committed to strengthen and diversifying the transportation network, not only improving highways, but also in a new and better passenger and free train lines, metros, and interurban electromobility networks. That is important because we will need investment for that. We cannot do it alone from the state. We're also building out 5G broadband connections so that soon they will be reaching every part of the country. And as you know, Chile is a more multicultural country than ever before because we are recognizing the importance of indigenous people, but also because of the migration. We are facing in South America a huge wave of migration because of the Venezuelan crisis. After Syria and now Ukraine, Venezuela is the third biggest phenomenon of migration. And we're receiving that with Colombia and Peru. And we understand that we have to face that phenomenon with a human right view, and that the people that had walked or flew or whatever long distances in order to have better opportunities deserve an opportunity, and we have to treat them as the humans they are. We have never to forget that. I know that as foreign companies, you need to bring people also into our country. And our government has repeatedly stated that we are committed to expediting the turnaround time for paperwork filed with our National Immigration Service, as well as making it easier to declare income for this purpose. We are also committed to transition into a development model that tackles climate change, as I know you are committed to, and confront the effects of with adaptation plans that allow us to grow in a sustainable way. In this pursuit, we are really fortunate to be living in a time of innovation and rapid deployment of technologies that provide solutions which we cannot waste. And Chile has a lot of opportunities. And I would regret myself all my life if during my presidency we don't take the chance. We don't do the better we can to fulfill those opportunities. Actually, we are already leading investments in clean energy projects such as solar and wind power generation. And we want to go further. Chile is in a race now to develop its green hydrogen production capacity, hoping to become the producer with the world's most competitive prices by 2030. And we want to do that talking to the communities in order not to repeat other failed experiences. As you know, the green hydrogen has been labeled the energy of the future, and companies like Engie for France, Siemens from Germany, and Spanish companies Enel, Acciona, and Enegas are already developing projects in our country, and some Canadian firms, they are also developing this energy. Our focus is on the use of this renewable energy, the development of the alternative sources of obtaining water and ensuring its efficiency and sustainable management. We want to take risks. I want to be very emphatic on this. We are keen to take risks on innovation, and we want the state to, our government, to provide the certainty to investors in order to know that the rules will be clear. As I said here, the Canadian investors have an important role to play in deploying new technologies and innovation that ensures the continued availability on resources in the long term and a collaborative relationship with the community. We've been sharing for 25 years nowadays a formal trade and investment relationships, and I hope we can go deeper on that. The Canada-Chile Free Trade Agreement, it was the first FTA signed by Chile with an industrialized country. And I believe it was the first between Canada and any South American country. And I'm really proud of that. And as you know, trade in agricultural products, metal, and other goods between our two countries exceeded $3 billion annually, and it's distributed bilaterally. It's almost the same investment that we have with the United States. And you know, Canada, it's 38 million people. So you guys have, like, in my opinion, at least, I'm not sure how to say this in English, but a higher view, or you are looking at our country in a better way. The update agreement has formed the basis of the harmonization of regulations and requirements between our countries, and our government is aligned with continuing and fortifying this process. And both phytosanitary and environmental requirements for agricultural products, the respect for traditional production methods, appellations of origin and nomenclatures, and the addition of a chapter on trade and gender are all aspects of this agreement that have been embraced by Chilean exporting companies and will continue to be supported by our government. The agreement has fostered capacity building and collaborative research on issues of importance to Canada and Chile. And also, the recent cooperation has focused on protected areas, climate change, conservation of shared migratory species, contaminated sites, air quality, environmental informational system, chemical and waste management, indigenous participation in environmental decision-making, and greenhouse gas emissions reduction. For our government, foreign investment is a tool for development. It actually represents 40% of annual investment on production and contributes 51.4% of all the internal revenue collected in Chile, and generates almost 30% of the permanent jobs in our country. So we want to take care of it. We want to treat it well. But the way to treat it well is, and I want to ask for or demand that the standards that you apply for your companies here in Canada are the same standards you use in Chile. Because I know that way we are going to get along much better. Not only in between governments or in a lunch like this, but with communities, which is at the end the most important things. We are working for our people. Invest Chile, which is the government foreign investment promotion agency, is working today to support projects from Canadian companies that are worth $2.6 billion. And this, in my opinion, shows that Canadian companies are confident in Chile, and I'm really grateful of that. It also reveals how important you are for our country. Our goal, and the reason of why I'm here, is to create a platform where foreign investment and Chilean business engage in supply chain and boost our country's competitiveness, not only with the region, but also globally. As you know, we in Chile now, and as you in Canada, have a lot of things that the world needs now. Lithium, copper, renewable energies. and also, and not least important, democracy, respect for human rights, tolerance to diversity. And that it's important to say, because as we've seen in the past few months with the war in Ukraine or with some dictatorships here in our continent, we have to defend democracy and we have to value it. I would love to hear from you and your perspective and desires about investing in Chile and the future of our partnership. And I want to say again, welcome to our country. Thank you very much.